Welcome. This is a 20-minute floor-based flow, a really slow mobility, spinal articulation and strength practice that I feel will really humble you to a certain point. This movement practice always humbles me. We think we need to move fast to gain results, yet in fact most of us, including myself, need to slow down. I really invite you to join me on this little practice here as we just move through some basic movements, getting the spine rolling, really focusing on compression as well. So really getting to understand what it's like to feel compression in our bodies, getting the scapula and the thoracic moving. For many of us, we sit in chairs and we use devices, and we start to become chairs and devices if we don't pay attention to how we're training our bodies. So with that, we are going to get moving on our mats. You won't need anything at all. I invite you to rest if you need to rest. Listen to your body. You are your biggest teacher, not anyone telling you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm asking you to listen. So with that, we're going to do the first couple of movements to warm up through our thoracic and our wrists and our hips, and then we'll move into a couple of free flow based movements. Have fun, enjoy. If you're enjoying this channel, this content, this practice, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Or jump on over to my Instagram page at Move Like Water for my online coaching and programs. I've just released my 12-week handstand program. If you've ever wanted to learn how to handstand, that is now available for purchase up over on my website. You can check that out at megspace.com.au. Let's roll. Bring your fingers nice and wide, and we're going to, like handstand hands, we want to push the floor away. We're going to come into a bit of a protraction here. This is called a barrel roll. It's one of my favorite ways to move the scapula. We're going to think about rolling our body to the right as the head goes to the left. From here, bending the elbows, drop the left shoulder blade down and then drop the right shoulder blade down, come into cow. As you move your hips to the left, your head goes to the right. Push up with your left shoulder blade and then right, and then we roll through here, coming through these barrel rolls. So you're working through these barrel rolls. We're trying to get some really nice movement between the scapula and get the thoracic moving. We're aiming for 5 each side here. When you've done 5, reversing the direction, so taking it back the other way. Just seeing how fluid you can make this. Really think of that area around the heart, right? As we push the floor away, pull the sternum away from the floor. And as you draw the scapula together, you're bringing your heart down to the floor. Take one more of these. Beautiful. And then from here, what we're going to do is tuck our toes at the back of the mat. If you've been wearing shoes a lot, we really want to open the underside of the feet. It's really important. We're going to ripple our spine up and over, and then pull the heart through, finding ourselves into a loose upward facing dog. From here, we're going to push back, lift up those hips, and then send the hips back over the heels. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, ripple up and over. And then exhale, drop the hips. Next inhale, chin to chest, belly to spine, lift up through those hips. Roll the body back, and we'll go one more time like this. Ripple up and over. Think about pulling the heart through, draw the shoulder blades together, pause here. And then chin to chest, pull the sternum up, lift the belly, tuck the toes. We're gonna increase this if you like. From here, ripple up and over into a high plank. Coming into your high plank, we're going to keep the feet wide and start to lower the quads down to the ground, bend the elbows, peel the body down to the ground. From here, we're going to lift up those hips, slide the body back, tuck the chin, tuck the toes, and find a squat at the back of your mat. From your squat, we're finding a forward fold. All right, a bit more of a full body movement here now. From your forward fold, ripple up to stand. And then we're going to ripple back down. So finding your way back down into squat. All right, beautiful. And then from this position, we're going to find our way there again. So slowly from here, walking the body out all the way to a high plank. Keep the feet wide. Start to drop the body down, knees, untuck the toes, ripple the spine down to the ground. From here, lift up the hips, start to pull the body back. Forearms down, tuck the chin, tuck the toes around the spine, maybe no hands this time, and find a squat at the back of your mat, forward folds. Beautiful, ripple up to stand. One more like that. Really getting the body nice and warm now as we go through one more round. Just really thinking of flowing this out nice and slow as you walk those hands out. Ripple the body forward, high plank. Dropping the body down, pull the shoulders open first and peel the body down to the ground. All right, from here, keep the elbows in, lift up the hips, slide the body back, tuck the chin. And as we come up again, maybe figuring out to come into your squat here. All right, pausing here in your squat. All right, from here, we're gonna just take some rotations. All right, so just dropping one of your forearms down to the ground and opening the other arm as you do this. Take an inhale and exhale. A squat is not an exercise. This is a resting position. You should be working towards keeping our heels on the ground. And that will come in time when you start to get out of shoes more and work a little bit more, opening the backs of the ankles and of course into the hips. All right, elbows on the inside of the knees, and we're just going to lift up those hips and lengthen, and then back down to the ground. This will be the last in our warm-up series. All right, so hopefully you are a little bit warm. I definitely am. Before we just go into 4 simple movements, done 3 times 3. Nice and simple. Nice and slow. But in saying that, again, they may be quite strong. So just enjoy the practice. All right, from where we are, we're going to come down to the ground. We're going to start off with some hip mobility. When we're working into this hip mobility, we're going to bring this into a leg extension, all right? So we, again, want to get our hips moving because we sit in chairs so much. So firstly, we're just going to start to rotate through the hip joint. All right, and I'll give you an opportunity every time we go through these movements to add on something if you wish, okay? So you can either stay where you are here, right? Or you're very, very welcome to start to add on a little bit of a lift and an open into the hip flexors. Coming back down, hip swivel, up and lift. We're looking for that nice extension in the front of the quads and a really slow rotation here of the hips. All right, beautiful guys. Continue on with this for about another 15 seconds. Cool, 3, 2, 1, done. Next one is going into a crawling pattern here. All right, as we come into our crawling pattern, we're going to just first explore our cat crawl. So from here, we're going to keep those toes tucked. You're going to hover your knees off, and we're going to just explore this contralateral slow cat crawl. Now I want you to visualize that you have something resting on your back. All right, exploring patterns such as forwards and backwards, keeping everything nice and stable here. All right, if that's feeling good, you can play around with like sending the leg through, bringing it back, and other side. We've got about 15 seconds to go on this first one. Maybe take a few steps forward, backwards, send the leg through, just adding in your own flavor every now and then. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, guys. The movement here is just working into some single leg strength. When we're working through this one, think about keeping it as smooth as possible. So trying not to use that momentum to work into this movement. So as you come down, we're going to start onto the shins. Right, and we're going to step up with the right foot, try to keep the shoulders level, step up with the left, you're in a squat. If you stepped up with the right foot, step back down with the right, and then down with the left, all right? And I'm gonna try to keep this nice and still, the best I can, right? Again, if I step up with the left, I wanna step down with the left. Alternating each time, right, left, right, left. Really using your core to stabilize. I'm actually using the camera just to watch my upper body and doing the best I can to keep this as still as possible. This is really starting to cook my legs. We have about 20 seconds left in this one. All right, back up onto the right. Really trying to minimize as much momentum here. Keep it nice and smooth. Really good quality work for the hips here. Stay in that squat. Nearly there, guys. 5 seconds. Ooh, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow, well done. Alrighty, next one is one of my favorite movements here. Again, we're gonna go from that standing position out into plank. We're gonna work through compression. So think about rounding the spine. Think about like a dog with its tail between its legs. And then potentially we're gonna work towards a kick through. All right, our movements are gonna start in about 5 seconds, going for approximately a minute. So here we go. What we're gonna do is roll down, just what we did before. We're gonna walk out to your plank position here. Maintain protraction, push the floor away. And then from here, we're gonna bring the left knee into the nose, and we're gonna step the left foot outside the left hand. You got choices here, either bring the right knee to the nose or kick that right leg through, point the toe, squeeze the quad. From here, bring the knee back, step back, left foot back, and then walk your way back up, rolling up your spine. Let's go again, roll down your spine, walk out to high plank, protract, right knee to nose, step right foot outside right hand, round through your upper back, bring the left knee in, point the toes, squeeze the quads, coming back, step back to plank, and then walking through maybe a squat, roll yourself up to stand or halfway. Let's go again one more time each side, rolling down, all the way out to plank, left knee to nose, step it outside the foot, right knee to nose, step it through, point the toe, squeeze the quad, bring it back, step back, plank, walk back. One more time here, guys. Down and roll. Right knee comes in, step it outside, left knee to nose, compress, kick it through, back, walk back. Woo. Well done. You've got some rest. There are your 4 movements. The opportunity will be to add on. The time's gonna go down by 15 seconds. We're gonna go 45 seconds on and 15 seconds off for 2 more rounds, all right? The options will be there for you to spice things up if that's what you're looking for. But again, remembering, if that's not what you need today or it doesn't feel right in your body, don't do it. You're the only one who can understand what it is that your body needs. No one else can tell you that. And that's what I really hope that you do start to learn if you are following along with these movement patterns with me on the Move Like Water page. So we're gonna get ready to go for 45 seconds. We've got our hip swivel, right? Opportunity to come up into a hip hinge. So the movement might look like this now as we hip swivel, leg comes around, maybe bend the knee and the leg lifts. If you're ready, let's join in. Option, take it back to the first movement we did in the first round. I'm going to talk less this round. 1, because I'm probably going to start to notice my breath change. But 2, just be in the movement and enjoy it. "15 seconds to go, wherever you're at. Good work, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're setting up for our crawling pattern, nearly going straight into it, so finding some space. I'm going to give you the option this time to turn it over into a crab walk with some pass unders. Push the floor away, start to crawl. And again, now maybe, like I said before, you kick that leg through. Maybe you bring it back and you land here. Maybe you choose a different direction to walk in. Leg goes under. Crawl. Under. Crawl. And just playing around with these movements. Maybe you balance, maybe you reach, maybe you go under, maybe you go all the way back over. Have a play around with moving slowly here. We've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now you're very welcome to stay with those kneeling down and get ups that we did before. Now we're going to add a hop in here at 45 seconds. So up, hop, down, down, up, hop. So adding in a little bit more energy here. Again, it is so good for us to play around with a bit of balance, to add in a little bit of heat. If that is available and there for you. If not, leave the hop out of it. Nice opportunity to work towards a little bit of power, elasticity within those joints, focusing on landing nice and soft, but big power from the drive. Nearly there, guys. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, good job. Whew. All right. We're going to work into these guys now. Option to do that walking variation that we did, or we're going to start from a crouch position. All right, get ready to amp it up. From here, left foot outside, left hand, got 45 seconds, right knee to nose, kick it through, back to crouch. Right foot outside, right hand, left knee through, kick it through, back to crouch. We keep going, or take the slow option that we did in the first layer of movement. Can step or jump. Press the floor away, working to really moving our spine, creating space. You're nearly there, guys. 15 seconds left. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest straight away. Carry your breath out of your chest, out of your shoulders, into your nose and down into your belly. Nothing to do here. Watch your breath, soften your body. Notice how your exhale calms you down. 30 seconds. Three more breaths here. I don't know about you guys, but my breath completely changed in those last couple of moments. We have one more round to go. Again, potentially options. If you'd like to, feel free to follow along or choose any of the options that we did in layer 1 or layer 2. All right, let's get ready to roll. Last and final round. Hip swivel into your hip hinge, or potentially have a play with your kick up handstand. Really nice, fun, playful movement. You might want a bit of space if that's what you're doing. And again, this third layer of movement, it's just the option whether you want to add in any of these other movements. It's always optional. So rather than listen to me, you tune into what it is that you need. 15 seconds to go. Good work, guys. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Crawling is next. We're going in 10. No time to think, just do. Just get it over and done with. All right, play around with our crawling patterns here. This time, completely free flow. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll understand that the body goes where the body wants to go. Maybe it lands into a squat and you might monkey crawl. Have a play around with transitions here. Wallaby crawl. Back to your cat crawl. Sweep it under. Transition. Maybe some cross taps. Again, nice opportunity to listen to you, not to me. 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My goodness. Oh, 2 more rounds to go here, guys. You're doing really, really well. All right. Yes, we're moving into a leg pattern. Alrighty. So we've got, again, 45 seconds here. The option is to step, and this time jump and tuck, down and down. Each time you step up, step with a different leg, jump, and then down. All right, this time stepping up with the left. Every time you step up, here, jump, and then back down. Oh my goodness. Changing sides each time you step up. Power it up, jump, and then back down. Oh, good work, guys. 10 seconds. 1 more to go after this. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Oh, youch. Whew. Final round. You have your kick throughs or your slow walk throughs. And we did the start. Remember to take your options. We're going in 5. 45 seconds to finish here. Up to you how fast you'd like to go. 3, 2, 1. Maybe you jump the foot outside the hand and jump it back. Feel free to have a play with some balancing here if that's in your practice. You slow it down a bit and you practice the tuck. Remember, it's the same foot outside the same hand. Up to your pace, up to what you're doing. Make it your own. Nice strict arm straight, scapular strength here. 10 seconds. Beautiful, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land on your backs. Pause. Place your hands right here where your diaphragm hits your abdomen and breathe through your nose and into your belly. Keep your mouth closed as quickly as you can. Try to work on extending your exhale, lowering your heart rate, your blood pressure, adrenaline and cortisol. Very quickly, with your breathing, reminding your nervous system that you're now safe. When you're ready, bringing both your knees up. We're going to take a happy baby here. So draw your knees wide, option to stay there or catch the inner ankles. Stay here, flex the feet. Keep your spine on the floor, knees wide, hips open. Breathe. Well done. I'm sweaty. I don't know about you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Movement does not need to be complicated. Keep your left foot down, bring your right across. Allow yourself to be present when you move. Commit to 30 minutes, 20 minutes and be fully there with your body when you're moving. Have fun with your body. It's here to have fun with. Our bodies are these incredibly intelligent vehicles that are longing for us to listen. Find a supine twist, tuck your left hip under your right. Bring that right knee across. And we're just in a world where everything is drawing us away from our bodies, where we think we need all these external items, an external coverage, an external way of looking. We forget that coming back to ourselves, asking ourselves who we are, what it is that we need, how can we help our bodies, is the one way to come back home. And that's where we find the peace. That's where we find the acceptance. Just changing sides, bringing that right foot, left foot this time over your right. And that's why we find this ability to not pursue the look of it. You're pursuing the feel of it. We drop out of it looking a certain way or reaching, a certain expectation, and you just enjoy the ride. You enjoy the journey of movement, the messy, unstructured, humbling ride of movement that we never really get there. And I really invite you to go on that journey with yourself and in your body. Take a supine twist. Tuck your right hip under your left. Just allow yourself to find your version of a supine twist here. Take 5 breaths. Nasal breathing, belly breathing, soften. And then just coming up to seated. I always like to finish a practice with just thanking your body. I want you to remember that your vehicle is always listening. These parts here, right, linked into our face, our neck, our SCM muscle, and our upper trapezius is all linked into our autonomic nervous system, and it's listening to us all the time in everything we do. So we're going to need it when we do intense movement. We're going to need it when we are when driving a car, where we're doing things that are needed and necessary for our nervous system to be on, and in those moments of tension. But most of the other time we have to retrain it to come out of tension. We have to remember that if the body is living up here, we're actually teaching our bodies to live in a chronic state of stress. If you'd like to know more about how your body can relearn, right, how to come back to safety, to get out of that kind of groundhog day of living in a chronic state of fight-flight, which of course leads us down the path of moving into a dysfunctional nervous system, into our freeze state, where we just feel exhausted, we feel overwhelmed, and we're living in these emergency states. Unfortunately, our human bodies, we can't particularly survive well living in those emergency states. And our job as humans is to recognize when our body tips either into fight-flight, which is up here, or down into dorsal vagal shutdown. And when we can recognize what it looks like, sounds like, and feels like in our bodies when we shift states, then it's our job to bring ourselves back to safety. Again, face open, heart open, shoulders down and relaxed. And it's here that our body heals. We're able to burn body fat. We move out of that high cortisol, high adrenaline state, and we become present to access our prefrontal cortex so that we can actually choose again. Our bodies are fascinating. We just have to relearn how to cue them better. So jump onto the link below if you are interested in that, or any of my mobility or movement coaching online. The next nervous system regulation course does start in July. And if you use the code RESET at the checkout, you'll get 25% off. I hope you really enjoyed that practice. I did. I needed to move today. I'm feeling so much better for it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So comment below, give it a like and subscribe, or jump on over to my Instagram page to find out my programs, my coaching, my yoga, and nervous system regulation courses online.